Hey everyone, have you ever wondered could one fateful fall be enough to awaken Toan's lost memories? Today the sky over Sim Hill is still blue, but a storm is brewing on the ground below. What started as a peaceful trip to sell sweet potatoes suddenly turns into a breathtaking manhunt in the wilderness. Two strangers on motorcycles, a billion-dollar debt falling from the sky, and a forgotten black card of absolute power. Especially the moment Toan collapses in a pool of blood is the moment a shocking truth is revealed. The innocent look of the simple farmer vanishes, replaced by a cold, sharp gaze that even the police find terrifying. Who is Toan really? And what will he do now that his brutal memories have returned? Don't take your eyes off the screen for a second, because the answer will give you goosebumps right now. Remember to hit like and subscribe right now, so you don't miss the moment the wild wolf awakens and punishes the wicked. Let's get started. Early in the morning, while the mist still clung to the tall grass, Toan and Diem were already at the plot of land at the end of the garden. This was the patch where a few months ago the couple had toiled to dig the earth and plant purple sweet potato vines. Today the vines were old and the leaves had turned a pale yellow, a sign that the potatoes underneath were sleeping soundly and had fully soaked up the sweetness of the earth. Thwack! Toan brought the hoe down with power, flipping over a chunk of dark brown soil. Revealed underneath was a huge cluster of sweet potatoes, red-skinned smooth, and each one as thick as a forearm. Diem cheered, squatting down to pick them up and shake off the dirt. Honey, we hit the jackpot. The potatoes this time are so big and even. Seeing the cracks in the skin like this, I know they're full of honey inside. Toan smiled, looking at the fruit of their labor. He continued hoeing while Diem followed behind to gather the harvest. In no time, 2 large bamboo baskets were overflowing with potatoes. The sun began to rise higher, piercing through the leaves and glistening on the beads of sweat on Toan's forehead. He stood up straight, stretched his shoulders, looked at the heavy baskets, and then at the trail leading to the district market. Toan, should we take the motorbike or walk today, hun? These 2 baskets are pretty heavy. Diem hesitated a moment, then looked at her husband affectionately. Let's walk. The road is dry and easy today. I want to walk with you. Enjoy the scenery and get some exercise too. Plus, the bike sounded a bit weird yesterday. Let's let the engine cool down. Actually, Diem wanted to walk because she wanted more time by Toan's side. She wanted to hold his hand on this road like a normal couple, not rush by on a noisy motorbike. And deep down, she wanted Toan to condition his legs to build endurance, something she believed would help recover his memory. Toan nodded, indulging his wife. He took the old bamboo pole, hooked the 2 baskets on the ends, and shouldered the load. The strength of the wild wolf made the 100-pound load seem weightless on his shoulders. Diem carried a small bag with water and a towel, walking beside him. The couple began their journey down the mountain. The thud-thud of footsteps and the creak-creak of the bamboo pole created a pleasant rhythm amidst the quiet forest. They walked for nearly an hour before reaching the district market. Even with the long distance, Toan walked briskly, his breathing steady. Diem, walking beside him, occasionally had to jog a little just to keep up. As soon as he set the baskets down at their usual corner, the savvy housewives recognized them immediately. Oh look, Sim Hill, honey sweet potatoes. Diem, give me 3 kilos. I'll take this whole basket to share with the neighborhood. Delicious potatoes, reasonable prices, and the couple's friendly attitude meant that within less than 30 minutes, both baskets were wiped clean. Not a single potato left. Diem held the stack of cash, her face beaming. Today's earnings were much better than usual. After cleaning up the baskets, Diem pulled Toan's arm. "Toan, let's go to the hardware store over there. I want to buy something." They walked to the biggest hardware store in the market. Diem pointed at the glass case and told the owner, "Please sell me the best, sturdiest padlock. You have the anti-cut kind." Toan was a bit surprised. "We already have a lock, don't we?" "The cable lock we used the other day still works fine." Diem turned to look at Toan, hiding a flash of anxiety in her eyes. "That lock is too flimsy, honey. Lately, I've heard security isn't great around here. Plus, we just finished the yard and the house is tidier. Now we need a high-quality lock to protect it. You choose. You have a better eye for mechanical stuff than I do." Actually, ever since finding that scrap of paper with the house layout and the suspicious concrete pouring incident the other day, Diem had felt uneasy. She wanted to reinforce her fortress. Toan understood his wife's unspoken worry. He didn't ask anymore. He picked up the locks the owner offered. His eyes narrowed, scrutinizing every detail: the shackle, the thickness, the alloy material. His hand turned the key, click, click, feeling the spring tension inside. Finally, he chose an imported lock as big as a brick and heavy in his hand. "Toan, let's get this one. Even a power saw would take an hour to cut through this. It's got a computerized key. It can't be duplicated." Diem nodded immediately, paying without bargaining, even though the cost equaled their entire earnings from the potatoes today. Toan's safety came first. By the time they bought the lock, the sun was high overhead. Both their stomachs were growling after the long walk and the crowded market. Diem looked at Toan, sweat soaking the back of his shirt, and felt a surge of love for him. "Diem, it's noon. Let's go eat something. My treat today." "Toan, anything is fine. Or should we just grab a banh mi to eat for now and cook at home to save money?" "Diem, know we made good money today, so we're treating ourselves. Follow me." Diem led Toan through several small streets, stopping in front of an eatery tucked away in an alley. The old sign read, "7-level spicy noodles, the taste of nostalgia." Toan froze in front of the shop. A chillingly familiar feeling ran down his spine. The pungent smell of chili powder, the scent of sour and spicy broth wafting out. It awakened a dormant region in his brain. Diem squeezing Toan's hand tight. "Remember back in the day? I mean, when you first wandered here before you completely lost your memory, you brought me here once. You said you were craving spicy food. You said the heat kept you alert." Toan looked bewildered. He didn't clearly remember that event, but his legs automatically walked into the shop out of habit. They chose a table in a secluded corner. Diem ordered 2 bowls of level 3 spicy noodles, a moderate heat. When the steaming bowls glowing red with chili oil were brought out, smoke billowed up. Toan picked up his chopsticks, lifted a strand of noodles to his mouth. The heat scorched his tongue, the sour tang of kimchi and the sweetness of the beef blending together. Clatter! Toan dropped his chopsticks onto the table. Flashes of images suddenly burst into his mind. Not of him eating noodles with Diem, but of him wearing a luxurious suit, sitting in a high-end restaurant facing a man in black. "You have to finish this level 7 bowl, or I won't sign the contract." The voice echoed in his head, and the image of himself eating while tears streamed down his face, sweat pouring off him like rain, yet his eyes burned with determination. In the present, tears were also streaming down Toan's face. He didn't know if it was because the noodles were too spicy or the memory was too painful. Diem panicked, grabbing tissues to wipe his face. "What's wrong? Is it too hot? Does it taste bad? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought you here." Toan grabbed Diem's hand, shaking his head, his voice cracking. "No, it's delicious. It's just, suddenly I feel, this taste is so familiar. I think I used to eat this a lot in the past. I ate it during my most desperate times." Diem fell silent, watching her husband devour the noodles. She realized that every dish, every road could be a key to unlocking his past. But this key seemed to taste more bitter than sweet. After eating, the couple began their walk back to Sim Hill. It was now early afternoon, and the roads were deserted. The trail leading up the mountain was quiet, flanked by dense thickets blocking the view. Toan carried the 2 empty baskets on the pole, Diem walking beside him, clutching the bag with the new lock. After walking for a while, Toan suddenly slowed down. His ears pricked up. Thump, thump, thump. Footsteps, not his or Diem's footsteps, but the footsteps of someone else behind them, about 20 meters back. When Toan walked faster, the footsteps sped up. When Toan pretended to stop to tie his shoe, the footsteps went silent. Toan glanced over his shoulder very quickly. Behind the bend, there were 2 male figures. They wore ordinary jungle clothes, floppy hats pulled low over their faces. At a glance, they looked like farmers going to the fields. But his wild wolf instinct told Toan farmers don't wear hard-soled leather boots, and farmers don't sneak into bushes when they see the person ahead turn around. Diem was still walking, innocently oblivious to everything. She was about to start singing when Toan squeezed her hand hard. The grip was so strong, Diem almost yelped. She looked at Toan. His face had hardened, his eyes cold and sharp, completely different from the gentle look he had while eating noodles. Toan leaned close to Diem's ear, whispering extremely quietly, "Don't turn around. Someone is following us." Diem's heart skipped a beat. She stiffened, fear washing over her. Diem trembling. Who? Who is it? Are they robbers?" "Toan, I don't know. But stay calm. Just keep walking normally, talk loudly. Don't let them know we've spotted them." The couple continued walking. Diem tried to laugh and talk, asking him about planting vegetables, but she couldn't hide the tremor in her voice. The 2 strangers trailed them persistently. The gap was closing. The road ahead was Death Slope, the most desolate spot, and the easiest place to strike if they had bad intentions. Toan tightened his grip on the bamboo pole. This old bamboo pole, if needed, would become a lethal weapon. His mind calculated rapidly. If they rush us, I'll shove Diem down the embankment, the safe side, then use the pole to sweep the legs of the leader. Suddenly, a homemade tractor carrying wood roared down from the mountain. Dust flew everywhere. The engine noise shattered the silence. Toan thought quickly, pulling Diem close to the roadside, waving to the driver, an acquaintance from the village. The driver stopped. "Hey Toan, Diem walking. Want to hop on the back for a ride?" Toan shot a quick look behind him. The 2 strangers, seeing a large vehicle stop, immediately veered off into a small trail, leading deep into the forest, vanishing without a trace. Toan let out a breath of relief, but his eyes remained locked on the direction they disappeared. "Toan, thanks uncle, but we're just walking for exercise. Drive safe." He refused the ride because he wanted to check if they would return, and more importantly, he didn't want to drag the innocent driver into his trouble. The footsteps behind them suddenly ceased. Before Toan could relax from the sharp bend ahead, the spot locals called Death Slope, because of its steepness and isolation, a motorbike engine roared violently. Vroom! Screech. A high-displacement motorbike, battered and crudely modified, shot out of the bushes like a mad beast. Dust billowed up, completely obscuring their vision. The bike braked hard tires, burning rubber, and leaving a long black skid mark before screeching to a halt right in front of Toan and Diem, less than half a meter from their toes. The acrid smell of burnt rubber and raw gasoline assaulted their noses, making Diem cough violently. On the bike were 2 men. The driver was huge, wearing a full-face helmet that hid his entire face, revealing only eyes bloodshot with aggression. The guy on the back was scrawnier. He hopped off quickly, brandishing a length of iron pipe wrapped in old newspaper. The surroundings fell deathly silent. Even the birds stopped singing, leaving only the pop of the idling engine matching the frantic rhythm of Diem's beating heart. Toan reacted instantly. He dropped the baskets of potatoes, yanking Diem behind his back. His calloused hands spread wide, shielding his wife. Even with his memory gone, the instinct to protect the one he loved had never left him. The skinny guy stepped closer, jutting his chin out. His voice raspy. "Hello, old friend. Where are you rushing off to? Do you remember who we are, huh? Rich boy." Toan frowned, trying to rummage through his empty memory banks. But it was hopeless. He shook his head, his voice calm but firm. "Who are you guys? I don't know you. We're just selling potatoes. We don't have any money to rob." The fat guy on the bike sneered his laugh, sounding like metal scraping together. "Rob, we aren't petty thieves. We're here to take back what belongs to us. It doesn't matter if you don't remember, but you must remember the bank password." Toan looked bewildered. "Bank password? I don't use any bank cards. You've got the wrong person." The skinny guy pulled a black bank card from his jacket pocket, a VIP card for the elite, though slightly scratched. He held it up in front of Toan. "Wrong person, my ass. Look closely. Whose name is on this card? It's your name. But the person who gave us this card wasn't you. It was your precious mother." Diem, standing behind Toan, trembled as she clung to his shirt, peeking out to ask, "What are you saying, Toan's mother? Where is she?" The skinny guy spat on the ground, looking frustrated. "Where is she? We'd love to know which hole she's hiding in too. Your old lady owes our boss a massive debt, billions of dong, kid. Interest on top of interest. And now she's vanished into thin air. Before she disappeared, she threw us this card, claiming there was enough in here to cover the debt. But guess what?" He gritted his teeth, shoving the card right into Toan's face. "She didn't give us the password. We tried everything, entered it wrong 3 times, and the machine almost ate the card. Lucky we cancelled the command in time. Now you're her son. Your name is on this card. If you're smart, read out the 6-digit PIN right now. Once we withdraw the money, we'll let you and your wife go." Toan stood frozen. Mother. He had a mother. What kind of person was she? Why was she drowning in debt and running away, leaving this burden on him? The questions swirled in Toan's head, causing his chronic headache to throb painfully again. He clutched his head, grimacing. I really don't know. I had an accident, I lost my memory. I don't know who she is, and I don't know the password." Seeing Toan clutching his head in pain, Diem's heart ached. She mustered all her courage, stepping in front of Toan and spreading her arms wide, screaming, "Can't you see my husband is in pain? He's telling the truth. He lost his memory months ago. He can barely remember his own name. How could he remember a bank password? Please just let us go. We're just farmers." The skinny guy glared, raising his hand to slap Diem. "You little brat, trying to cover for him. Memory lost my foot. I'm counting to 3. If I don't get the password, I'll break both your bones." Before his hand could touch Diem's cheek, it was caught in a grip as hard as steel. It was Toan. Even though his head was splitting with pain, seeing his wife threatened, Toan's eyes suddenly turned terrifyingly cold and sharp. He growled each word. "Take your hands off my wife." The skinny guy, shocked by Toan's immense strength, yelped in pain. The fat guy, seeing his partner neutralized, revved the engine and drove straight at Toan to break him loose. Toan was forced to let go of the skinny guy to dodge the ramming bike. He shoved Diem hard onto the safe grassy verge. "Diem, run!" "No, I'm not leaving you!" Diem screamed through her tears. Both thugs lunged at Toan simultaneously. One used the iron pipe, The other swung his helmet. Toan fought back fiercely. Even without his memory, his subconscious combat skills remained. He dodged the skinny guy's swing and landed an uppercut that made the fat guy stagger. However, a tiger cannot fight a pack of wolves. Just as Toan blocked a blow from the fat guy, the skinny one slipped behind him. Using all his strength, he kicked hard into the back of Toan's knee. Toan collapsed. Before he could stand up, the fat guy charged, using his massive bulk to slam into him. Toan lost his balance and fell backward. Crack! His head smashed violently against a jagged rock protruding from the roadside. A dry, sickening sound echoed. Fresh blood began to seep out, soaking his black hair. Everything before Toan's eyes went dark. Diem's piercing scream, "Toan!" echoed, then faded softer and softer, like a voice from another world. Toan blacked out. Seeing Toan lying motionless in a pool of blood, the two thugs began to panic. They only intended to scare him for the password, not kill him. "Boss, I think he's dead," the skinny guy stammered. "Dead my ass! Get on the bike! Let's get out of here now!" The fat guy shouted, his face drained of blood. Just as they were about to jump on the bike to flee from the distance, the distinctive siren of a police car wailed rapidly. "Wee woo! Wee woo! Ah!" A specialized traffic police motorcycle speeding toward them. The officer riding it was tall and imposing in his yellow uniform. It was Officer Thu, the officer in charge of security for this area, who just happened to be patrolling past Death Slope today. Seeing the police, the two thugs were terrified out of their wits. "Run, it's the cops!" They revved the engine, fleeing recklessly onto a tiny trail leading deep into the forest, leaving the messy scene behind. Officer Thu was about to give chase, but seeing Diem weeping over Toan beside a pool of blood, he immediately slammed on the brakes. Saving a life was more important than catching criminals. Thu jumped off his bike and rushed over, "Miss Diem." "What happened? How is Toan?" Diem looked up with tear-filled eyes, her voice cracking with fear. "Officer Thu, please, save my husband. Someone beat him. His head is bleeding so much, he won't wake up." Thu quickly checked Toan's pulse and breathing. "Pulse is still there but very weak. The head wound is deep. We need to apply first aid immediately." Thu pulled a cotton towel from his bag, pressing it firmly against the wound to stop the bleeding. He supported Toan's shoulders, shaking him gently. Toan, can you hear me? Wake up." In the pitch-black void of unconsciousness, Toan felt himself floating. Shards of memory like broken glass began to swirl around him. The image of a cold mother throwing a stack of cash in his face. The image of million-dollar contracts. The image of bloody purges in the underground business world. And the image of Diem, the poor girl, with the radiant smile who had saved his life. Everything spun, colliding, creating a terrible pain, but also a blinding light. The blow to the head against the rock acted like a switch, rearranging the chaotic order in his brain. The fog that had shrouded his memory for months suddenly vanished. Toan let out a soft groan. His eyelids fluttered. "He's awake, Toan!" Diem cried out, tears falling onto her husband's face. Toan slowly opened his eyes. The first sensation was pain. Pain like his skull was splitting open. But following the pain was clarity. He looked at the blue sky above. He looked at Diem's tear-streaked face. And he looked at the man in the police uniform supporting him. Toan's eyes were no longer the innocent, gentle eyes of the potato farmer. They were deep, sharp, and commanding. It was the gaze of a man who had once stood at the very pinnacle of power. He looked at Thu, his dry lips moving slightly, but his voice was strangely steady. "Officer Thu, is that you? Long time no see." Officer Thu froze. This greeting, this tone, didn't sound like the farmer Toan he met at the market. It sounded like a superior and old acquaintance wielding immense power. You recognize me?" Thu asked in surprise. Toan didn't answer immediately. He slowly sat up, gently brushing Thu's hand away, then turned to look at Diem. He looked at the small woman trembling with worry for him. He looked at her clothes stained with mud. Toan's heart clenched. The memories were back. He remembered who he was. He was Tran Min Toan, General Director of the TM Group, the man known as the Wild Wolf in the business world. But he also remembered the past few months, who had cooked porridge for him, who had held his hand through nightmares, who had been ready to take a blow for him just moments ago. Toan opened his arms, pulling Diem into a tight embrace. He squeezed her as if afraid she would vanish. He inhaled the familiar scent of her hair, whispering into her ear, his voice filled with a sky full of love and apology. "Diem, I'm sorry, I'm back." Diem was bewildered, not understanding him. She stammered, What are you saying?" "Back where we're at death slope." Toan gently let go, cupping her face in his hands, looking deep into her eyes. I remember everything, honey. I remember my name. I remember my mother. I remember why I'm here. And I remember how much I love you." Diem's eyes went wide, her mouth falling open, speechless. You remember really? Toan nodded firmly. He touched the bleeding wound on his head, his gaze hardening as he looked toward the trail where the two thugs had fled. In those eyes, the fire of retribution began to ignite. That's right, the wild wolf has slept for too long. It's time to wake up and settle some debts. Turning to Officer Thu, Toan spoke with the tone of someone giving an order, yet maintaining politeness. "Officer Thu, thank you for coming in time. Please take my wife and me to the station to file a report. I have a lot of interesting information about this black market loan shark ring that I want to provide to you." Officer Thu looked at Toan, an invisible sense of awe creeping into his gut. He knew the man standing before him was no longer the potato farmer. Under the fading afternoon sun, Toan's shadow stretched long across the road, large and dominating everything. The black bank card still lay on the ground, glinting coldly. Toan bent down, picked it up, dusted it off, and slid it into his pocket. A new chapter full of storms and drama officially begins from this moment.
Em ngồi ở bên anh đây.